So there's been this trend online of men making videos saying that they never had a girlfriend. Men in their late 20s and even in their early 40s saying that they've never had a girlfriend. And to me, that shit is insane, right? That shit is insane because, like me, I'm not the most attractive person. Even when I was young, even though I'm extremely handsome now, but when I was young, I wasn't the most attractive person. But I think I was 17 or 18 when I lost my virginity. So I don't know, the idea of just being in your 40s or in your late 20s and not even, forget about not having sex, but to never even be in a relationship is just so insane to me. Like, the idea is just so insane. Like, to even think about that, you've never had a relationship, an intimate relationship with the opposite sex before. And my question is always why? What's going on in your life that's causing this to happen? So this video is called "I'm 27 and never had a girlfriend." So I want to watch this video and see what his explanation is as to why he's never been in a relationship with the opposite sex. Whoa, why you looking at me like that, bruh? Why you looking at me like that, bruh?
Hi, everyone. I've got no idea if you can hear me or not because I haven't recorded a video in a very long time. But I'm Mr. Gaming Guitarist. Of course, you already know that, because the only people that watch my videos now are people that have always been watching me. Not that that's a complaint or anything. It's just the way the cookie crumbles. Let me get to a parking spot. Here we are, a place with a light, street light. That's not good. Okay, here we go. All right.
Right off the bat, I can notice just the way that he speaks. He seems like very awkward, very, very uncomfortable in his own skin. Doesn't exude any type of confidence or competence in what he does or even what he's saying. Sounds like he's even hesitant to say what he wants to say.
All right. So, I never know what I'm going to say whenever I make a video now. I just press record and let all of my thoughts out. So, the last few months have been difficult. I mean, fuck, my whole life has been difficult, but you already know that. The one thing that I wanted to talk about today, and it's really, really, really been bothering me. I have mentioned this a few times in the past, and I don't care if this sounds embarrassing or not, because at this point, life has kicked me in the ass so many times, I don't give a shit anymore. I'll just say it. I think maybe I've said this before, maybe I haven't, but anyways, it's probably very fucking obvious just by looking at me, but I'm 27 years old, never kissed a girl on the lips before, which of course means I'm a fucking virgin, which of course means I've never had a girlfriend before, never dated anyone before, and it fucking kills me. I'm not gonna lie, it does kill me a lot. It hurts me a lot on the inside because it feels like every single day.
I can tell you right off the back that this person did not have a good relationship with his parents. Either his parents were abusive, neglectful, or they were just absent in his life. Or his caretakers, if it wasn't his parents that he grew up with, his biological parents, the caretakers that he have didn't took any interest in him. Because me as a father, if I have a son, let's say that he's already 20. I mean, it will happen. I'll notice the patterns before, because as a parent, you're supposed to notice what's going on with your son. And if you don't, that says a lot about you and your parenting. But if I have a son and I notice that he has a lot of issues socializing, creating relationships with people, especially with the opposite sex, I'm going to sit down with him and to figure out, okay, what is going on? Why are you having so much difficulty dating? Like, let's sit down, talk about it. Let's find a solution. What's going on? Actually take a genuine interest in my son. To me, it seems like no one has ever taken any genuine interest in him. Because what happens is a lot of people think, like for me, for example, I thought that I was antisocial, right? I didn't like to socialize with people, and that couldn't be further from the truth. What happens is that I grew up in an environment, in order for me to be around the people I was around with, I needed to self-erase, because my preferences, my desires, and my opinions were an inconvenience to the people around me. So you're gonna take those dynamics of your upbringing and you're gonna bring it into your adulthood in life. This is not a coincidence. Again, we've only 2 minutes in the video, but I can tell you right now that this guy was not guided in any way by his parents. Like, why would parents allow this to happen and say, well, I don't know. This is just no, it doesn't happen like that. This is 100% due to the way that he was raised. Now, as a child, you have no control over the way you were raised, but then as an adult, you have all the control. You need to figure out why this is happening to me, because you're not going to get it from people that raise you, or the people around him. Because even his friends, if he had good friends, his friends would sit down with him and try to figure out what's going on. That's one thing you need to look at. When you have one thing that I notice about people with friendships, even friendships, people fuck ups tend to hang out with other fuck ups. Why is that? Because people say to say, listen, I'm not gonna tell you that you're fucking up. Just don't tell me that I'm fucking up, and we'll have a lovely relationship. This is why you can only go as high or achieve as much as your inner circle allows you to. This is why there's all this self-help books and stuff like that is really irrelevant unless that book is telling you, okay, look at the people around you. I think the best question to ask yourself is, how would a stranger feel around the people that I'm surrounded with? That's really a good question, but let's keep watching.
I see couples that are my age, and at this point, once the average American turns 27 years old, they should have, at the very fucking least, have had at least one fucking kiss on the lips with a girl they like. It doesn't make any goddamn sense, because this one thing feels like it's holding me back in life, because it makes me feel a lot lesser than other people. And I know I've made videos in the past talking about my experience with major depressive disorder, and I have no doubt that these feelings of feeling lesser than everyone else for never having kissed a girl on the lips, or for being a fucking virgin at 27 years old, all of this stuff, it could be a factor of the depression. Pretty sure it is. But nonetheless, it still makes me feel like complete shit. And there are times in the past, and believe me, this is not...
I don't like that when people say that. Well, yeah, the reason that I'm in the position that I'm in is something that's outside of my control. It's outside of my control. I have no control over it. It's outside of me. So this whole depression thing, I just find it so interesting when someone tells me, an adult, right, tells me that his child, an underage child, just woke up one day and said, I'm depressed. I just find that insanely interesting. So your child just woke up one day and said, I'm depressed. Has nothing to do with maybe his school, his teacher, maybe the kids are in his class, the kids he surrounds themselves with. Maybe you're not there for him. When was the last time you sat and asked your child, what's going on? Talk to me. You remember the last time you actually went out with him and had a intimate conversation to figure out what's going on with him? Sit down, take him out. No, and this is the thing, that the majority of people, when you were asking these questions, they can't remember the last time that they had a conversation with their parents, or the parent can't remember the last time that he had a conversation with his child. Say, oh yeah, it's depression. Let's just give him a drug. Even though it has been proven, even though there's been years of study, that the chemical imbalance theory that causes depression does not exist. That has been debunked. But they still push this idea to sell you a drug because it's harder. It's very difficult. Think about this. It's very difficult for someone to tell you, well, you're feeling depressed because of the people around you. Right? That's difficult. Or for someone to tell you, well, your child's depressed because of fucking you. You're the fucking issue. Your parenting is the fucking issue. Your neglect is the fucking issue. But they're not going to say that. Well, that's difficult. That's hard. Take a look in the mirror and see that I'm the one causing the problem. So what's the easier remedy for this? Well, the easiest remedy for this is to give you a fucking drug. Let me give you this drug. It doesn't cure you. This drug's not meant to cure you, but to cause you to become reliant, independent on the drug, so we could continue making our billions of dollars every year. And now you become reliant on that drug. And again, you can look this up yourself. The chemical imbalance theory that causes depression does not exist. There's no cup I can piss in. No blood that you can take from me that you can say, ooh, look, depression. There it is. Don't work it like that. It don't work it, okay? There's no sample that you can gain from my urine to tell me what. There you go. There's the depression right there. Doesn't happen. The chemical imbalance theory has been debunked long ago, but it still remains and persists to this day. Why? Because there's a lot of money in that. So I hate when I hear people say that, well, the reason I'm in the situation I'm in has nothing to do with the people around me, has nothing to do with my fucking decisions. The reason I'm in the situation I'm in is because of forces outside of my control. It's like people that say that the government is trying to take my freedom of speech. Yet these people, which you can do nothing about, you cannot go and change the laws in government, right? Those are things that you cannot control. But when you point to these same people, well, why the fuck are you worried about having freedom of speech with the government if you cannot speak freely, genuinely, and authentically with the people in your own fucking family? You can't even be honest and speak freely to them. And you're worrying about something that you cannot control? That's what people always do. They want to throw it. They want to throw issues. Oh, it's just out there in the ether. Instead of dealing with the issues that they can deal with and they have control with. No, it's always something outside of them. It's always something external. That's why I said it before, there is no external solution for the internal problem of insecurity.
And there are times in the past, and believe me, this is not for lack of trying, because I have been able to get different girls' phone numbers. You know, I've gotten at least fucking 10 or 20 different phone numbers where I see a pretty girl when I'm out in public, and then I just talk to her, say, hi, my name's Jaron, how are you? And then, have a good conversation. And then we exchange phone numbers, and then that's the last I ever hear from them. And if there's one thing that I can ask to the public, and I seriously doubt that, I don't know if there's any women at all that watch my YouTube videos. I highly doubt it, but because it's like my face just kind of looks like repellent for pretty girls. I don't know why, but just based on my experience, that's what it.
That's another thing too. One thing that I notice about people that are quote unquote struggling in dating, they tend to not have good hygiene. Like this guy, if he were to throw some contacts on, cut his hair, fix up his facial a little bit, he'll look like a pretty attractive guy. But he doesn't take any pride in himself. Like, your body is your temple. Like, why wouldn't you want to clean your body, just to keep it nice, to praise it? Because you only have one body, you might as well take care of it. And also your appearance, someone that takes time to groom herself, not in a not this highly go all out like these looks maxing guys, and spend all your time on making yourself more attractive, like you're a fucking woman. No, I'm not saying that. Just a fucking haircut, bro. Just a shower, just some good clothing. Like, there's so many forms where you can go on how to look, on how to dress, matching. Like, there's just so many things. But one theory that I have is like, there's a theory with especially with women that are overweight. Women that are overweight, they were either neglected. They find comfort in food. Food tends to be like a comfort for them. Or also, it could be that they were essayed as children, so they tend to have a repulsion, right? They tend to be disgusted by their own body. So in order to repel men, because they feel ashamed of something that it wasn't even their fault, it was just someone else that abused them, but because they feel ashamed of it, they'll tend to eat a lot of food. They find comfort in food, and also they use the weight to repel men, to not be attractive, to not attract men. And obviously a good man is not going to be attracted to an overweight woman. I mean, good men, they like to go out and be active and stuff like that. You're not going to get a man like that because, again, you're overweight, and that shows us signs of someone that's not only lazy but doesn't care about their appearance. If you don't care about appearance, then there's something deeper going on there, that you're not even bothering to take care of your appearance. Like this guy that I knew, he wouldn't shower. He would just wear these raggedy clothes and say, "Oh, why am I going to spend time fixing myself up or looking presentable?" And he has such. And here's the thing about that. He will say that to say that, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to be like these guys that waste my time in hygiene," but yet he was so fucking insecure. So his insecurity manifested in the way that he presented himself to the world. I mean, don't you feel better? Like, psychologically, I'm asking you guys that watching, don't you feel better after you get a haircut? Like, damn, now I got my haircut, I could go out there and fuck some bitches. I feel like I could go out there and bag some bitches right now. Damn, I look so good. Damn, man. Chicks better watch out, right? You feel like that sometimes, right? Like, it's just a confidence booster. Wearing certain clothes, and it's taking pride in yourself and your appearance. So someone that doesn't take pride in their appearance, I mean, there's an underlying issue right there. And my question is, why? Why is that there?
Feels like, because, and I got the perfect example. So I was at a bar, and one of these girls whose phone numbers I did get, I saw her again for a second time, and I didn't know she was going to be there. And all I did was I walked up to her, said, "Hey, good to see you again. Hope you have a good day. Bye bye." As simple as that. And yet, that one sentence alone got me kicked out of a bar. Fucking people these days, right? All I did, that is all I said. And then she goes to the bouncer and says something to him, and then bouncer comes up to me, says, "You need to get the fuck out of here right now." And then I said, "What did I do?" And then I said, "You're harassing her." Harassing her for saying fucking hello? Good to see you again. Hope you have a nice day. This happened in this happened in 2019, and yet the fact that I can still recall it.
So here's a little thing. So when a woman feels that she's being approached by a man that she feels is beneath her, that kind of hurts her ego and her vanity, because she feels like, okay, if this guy is talking to me and associating with me, the men that I want and I feel I should be attracting are not going to, because they're going to perceive me at lower status because this guy is talking to me. So that's one. Number two would be, bro, like, I'm just basing off the way, I don't know how you dress when you go out, but just basing on his demeanor, the way he speaks, a girl may interpret that as creepy. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, like, women are very good when it comes to picking up social hints better than men are, on average, right? Because women tend to be approached more. I get it. They tend to approach more, so they especially pretty women, they tend to have more conversation experience. I get it. But they tend to be better at socializing. The reasons don't matter; they just are. Okay, for the sake of this example, so when you approach them, they sense, okay, you seem a little off, you seem a little creepy, and girls tend to be creeped out very easily. So, and I'm not saying that what she did is right. I'm not saying that, but this is just trying, like, an explanation for it, right? That could try to explain a little bit what was going on there in that interaction. And usually I don't even care about getting numbers. This is a tip for you guys. If you're gonna talk to a girl, fuck the number. You don't get numbers. Numbers is forgettable. You get a girl's number, she'll just throw you there, and you should either delete your number or just give you a fake number, or just give you your number to get rid of you and never respond to you. The whole purpose, I think, is to you want to create an experience. You want to create a story. You don't want to just be a number on her phone. You want her to look at your phone and feel like she's going to get an experience. So the whole purpose for me, it's like, I wouldn't even get, like, if I'm talking to a girl that I like no more, I'm not going to go for her number. I'm going to go to have a date on the spot. Spontaneous, it's romantic. You start creating a story, you start creating feelings. I mean, that's probably a topic for another video, but just getting numbers is not the way to go. It's more about creating the experience and thinking about her, not thinking about just fucking her, which is fine. You want to fuck her, I get it, but it's about creating an experience, not only for her but also for yourself. Anyways, just keep watching the video.
Vividly in my brain tells you a lot about how much of a fucked up brain I have. But anyways, that really stood out to me. Oh, and then here comes the second part to that fucking story. This other guy that I guess she was with, I didn't see him speak with her or whatever, but some guy he's fucking shoving me. He's shoving me, and then he says, "Leave her alone." All I said was one fucking sentence, and then I just snapped. All right.
Yeah, I see, there was another guy there, and she, like I said, she was like, okay, if they see you talking, if these guys see me talking to you, then it's going to lower my status. Yeah, see, there was another guy in the picture. Again, I mean, I'm not saying what she did is right. I'm just explaining, bruh. I'm just explaining.
And And this is what I said. I said, you know what the difference is between guys like you and guys like me? Guys like me will treat her like a human being, and guys like you will treat her like a disposable pleasures. I don't know why my tongue started getting twisted trying to recall that last thing. And if I did have a mic at the...
What's wrong with treating a woman with like a disposable pleasure? I'm joking. But see, but this is the look. One thing I'll say about nice guys, when women say that they don't want a nice guy, they're not saying that they don't want a nice guy. They're saying that they don't want someone that's manipulative, someone that they can't trust, because a nice guy is willing to change his opinion just like that. So when you're a nice guy, you tend not to be honest and you tend not to be loyal. Why? Because your opinions, your preferences will change and adapt to whatever the woman wants. So the nice guy that comes with the flowers and all this, hey man, you know me, I wouldn't want to fuck you. I would treat you with respect. Like, bro, like, come on, man. I think I'm a nice guy. I know I'm a nice guy, and I will say I'm a nice guy, but I still want to fuck. But like, what? You know, what he should have said was, see, I'm a nice guy. I would have fucked you better than he would. That would have probably been a better response. But this idea that, oh, you know, he just wants you for your body, because obviously I don't want you for your body. I don't see you as physically attractive. What? So, and this is the contradiction, right? Of men that pick women based on their looks. So a man, we pick a woman based on her attractiveness, on her looks, and then we get mad because she rejected us based on our attractiveness in our looks. What? You know, like, you know, live by the sword, die by the sword. Like, it's just, why even get upset at that, right? You're choosing a woman based solely on shallow physical attractiveness, and she's rejecting you based on shallow physical attractiveness. So what does that tell you? I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, it's just, come on, let's just be honest with each other. She barely even fucking knows you, bro. To be honest with you, she's not rejecting you. She's just rejecting the presentation of you, the way you're presenting yourself, and also your aura, the way you are. Like, again, the way, just based on the video, he's, you know, he doesn't seem that attractive, you know, and not attractive. I mean, he doesn't seem that confident as far as his body language and his demeanor and stuff like that in his shows, you know. And it's not an attack on him, but I mean, it is what it is.
That moment, I would have fucking dropped it right then and there, because that's the only moment where I felt like I got something over a fucking bully. But anyway, that's one story I have that sticks out to me. Here's another one that sticks out to me. So there was this girl that I met, and damn it, Jaren, keep it together. She was the first girl that I thought I had a chance with, because for the first time, it felt like I met a girl that gave a fuck about me just as much as I gave a fuck about her. We had a lot of things in common. Loved all the same classic rock music, which was rare, you know, for a pretty girl that was close to my age. That doesn't fucking happen. But anyways, she told me, and don't worry, I'll make myself get through this, because this has been stuck inside my head for a very long time. And if you're seeing a bunch of flashing lights, it's because I'm parked at a movie theater where they have a giant screen. So please forgive me for that. But anyways, it felt like, God damn it, now I'm losing my train of thought. Anyways, So she had a boyfriend, and I got along great with him, you know. And I knew she had a boyfriend, but this is my fatal mistake. Because I never told her that I cared about her, or that I had feelings for her, that I liked her, you know. However you're supposed to tell a woman you like her, because I never fucking did it before her, you know. So and I remember this was while I was homeless, and I just got denied. My application got denied for an apartment. And once that happened, I called her. She was the first person I called. And I was fucking crying because...
Red flag. You do not call a woman to cry. No. No. No.
You know, I thought I wasn't going to be homeless anymore at that time. This was in May or early June of 2021. And I thought that, you know, because at the time she was quickly turning into a best friend. And she told me that she said I love you to her boyfriend, and at the time he didn't say it back. And so she was contemplating questioning her relationship with him, and me, like the fucking idiot that I am, told her I liked her.
Look at his internal dialogue. Me, like the fucking idiot that I am. Why are you an idiot? You know what's funny? Like when I speak to people and they have terrible internal dialogue, or they were raised terribly, like to themselves, they don't see it as a big deal. And I asked them, how would you feel if this was happening to someone else? How would you feel if someone was speaking to themselves like this? How would you feel if someone else were raised like this? Oh, that's horrible. Oh man, he shouldn't do that. He shouldn't do that. So then why the fuck are you talking to yourself like that? You have to, like, bro, it's like you're enforcing that. If you tell your brain, that's the beauty of our brain, of our intelligence. If you tell your brain why I'm a fucking idiot, or I'm a fucking idiot, your brain is going to find reasons why you're a fucking idiot. Whether those reasons are valid or not doesn't matter, but your brain is there to give you those reasons. We'll give them to you. You know how they say, ask and thou shalt receive? Well, that's your mind. Ask your mind a question and thou shalt receive it. That's why you have to be very careful the questions that you ask yourself and the things you tell yourself. It could be very damning, but already this guy has horrible internal dialogue. And that usually comes either from the abusers that he had in his life. I mean, there's no way that you can tell me that you have people that care about you around your life, and you have such a horrible internal dialogue, or no one noticed your internal dialogue. The question that I always ask is, okay, who benefits from you having a fucked up life? Who benefits from that? Who will you hurt? Who will your success hurt? Who will you hurt in your life and in your circle if you were to change your life? You know that they say that it's extremely difficult. It's extremely difficult to treat addiction. I'll tell you why. So let's say you go to a retreat, you spend whatever amount of time there, and you're on the path of recovery, and then you're let out from that retreat or from that place you was going to get the help that you needed to recover. The problem with addiction, not only is it a need to escape reality, but you go right back to the environment and the surroundings that triggered and caused the addiction in the fucking first place. Do you see why it's so difficult to treat addiction and people tend to relapse all the time? Because they go right back to the environment that triggered or caused or created that same fucking addiction. Like, you don't know how, when people say that who you surround yourself is your success, you have no fucking idea how important, how crucial it is to surround yourself with the right people in your life. It will literally make or break you. Literally. You are your tribe.
Told her I liked her. And then she said that classic fucking line that every fucking character that looks like me goes through in a goddamn movie. She said, I love you, but not like that. And that fucking broke me. It really did. Because here I was.
That broke you. Bro, she was literally in a relationship with someone else. And she's telling you that she's going through this shit with this guy. So obviously she's only thinking about this guy. You're literally, you know what an orbiter is? You're literally just someone there, orbiter. And women tend to keep you around as an emotional support for them, so they can wipe their ass with you, right? Just to have different men around. It's not her fault. Listen to very, very careful. Like, and this is the thing. When I said that nice guys are dishonest. It's not that women don't want nice guys. They don't want dishonest, disloyal guys. What I mean by this is that you can be you're not honest. If you were to tell her, listen, I'm attracted to you. And I'm not going to pretend like I'm not. I'm attracted to you. And if she doesn't want to reciprocate, then you just cut it off. I remember there was this one girl, this was years ago. I told her, listen, she said, oh, we could be friends. This is when I first started doing learning game and stuff like that. And she told me, oh, listen, we could be friends. And I told her, I wouldn't do that to you. I wouldn't do that. She was like, what? No, I wouldn't want to be friends because I wouldn't want to put you to that torture and that temptation of being my friend when I know that you're going to feel tempted around me all the time. I just wouldn't do that. I wouldn't put you through that. So I'd rather not. And I just cut ties. And I think it was that's not exactly what I said to her, but it was something like that. And about maybe 2 or 3 weeks later, she texted me back, hey, what's up? How you doing? But I was honest. So you're being dishonest. You're lying about how you feel, and you're broken. I don't understand. Like, help me understand this. I'm not being truthful. I'm not being honest. This girl just finished coming out of a relationship. Let me tell her how I feel. Timing is awful, the timing. And also the fact that you weren't honest from the beginning. And putting yourself in the situation. You put yourself there. That's hard to accept, right? That's a hard one right there. Like, you're the one that's lying. Nah, she's actually being honest. You mind fucked yourself to put yourself in that position that you had some type. If I just stay in our orbit around, how I have a chance? No.
It really did, because here I was thinking everything and I should have kept that to my fucking self. Never should have fucking told her. But she said, I could already tell that you liked me. I was just wondering when would you tell me and all that stuff. And
of course she knew. Of course she knew. Of course. Women always know. They know. Like, this is not. Come on. They know.
And and I was telling her, I've never had a girlfriend before. I don't know how to deal with these fucking feelings, And then after that, she said that, we're just going to continue to be friends. And I said, okay. And here's the thing. I was fine with that. I was perfectly fine with that,
See what I mean? Bro, this motherfucker cannot be honest. Bro, he literally just said her rejecting me broke me. She said she wanted to be friends, and I was fine with that. You can't even be fucking honest in the video that you make. Bro, you can't even be honest. Like, you're fucking lying to the people watching this video. That's a fucking lie that you were fine with that. You literally just finished saying that it broke me. Oh, but I was fine for her. She wanted to keep me around. Oh my God. Oh. It's always, and then people always say, no, it's her fault. See, it's her. It's her that she did. She the one. She the one. She Neo. She the one. She did it. No, bro. Oh man. And this comes from not. If here's the thing. That they say that whatever you do in your personal life bleeds into your business, right? In your business, and then anything that you do in your business bleeds into your personal. If you can't be honest to people in one aspect of your life or one area in your life, you're going to tend to be dishonest in other areas of your life. If you can't be honest with the people in your family, friends, close friends, that's gonna transfer to other relationships that you can't be honest. You feel like you have to walk on eggshells. And again, that comes from the way that you were raised or your caretakers. Your preferences, feelings, and opinions were seen as an inconvenience. So you had to self-erase. This is your self-erasing. He's literally just self-erasing in order to stay and keep a woman that has no interest in him in his life. How can that be solved? How can you solve that? You have to be honest. It starts with being honest first with the people in your life. First with your family, then your friends. And if you can't be honest with them, you don't have a relationship. You have a situationship. You guys are on sharing a living space. If you can't be honest with someone, authentic with someone, there is no relationship. All you could do is just manipulate, deceive. It will never end well.
I was fine with that. I was perfectly fine with that, And then she said, I'm going to, she says, if him and me break up, I'm not going to let him be the reason to stop us from being friends. So, anyways, life went on. And then what the fuck? Oh, God, I'm such a fucking idiot. I should have turned that light on from the very beginning. Anyways, so life went on. And, things were continued as normal. We continued to hang out until one day I picked her up from her job, and then I took her back to where she lived with her boyfriend. And I swear to God, not even 5 fucking minutes after I dropped her off, I get this long, gigantic fucking novel of a text message from her that says, I can't be friends with you because you put my relationship in jeopardy. And I was so fucking upset. And I've heard these days that YouTube will block your video if you say the S word now. So that was the second time in my life that I attempted to take my own life. And the fucked up part is, oh, come on, don't tell me I can't even. Sorry, give me a, don't worry, I've got a shirt underneath here. But anyways, so what ended up happening was I was so fucking upset, I went to a dark parking lot where no one could see me, and I had one of those utility knife box package opener things, and I was going to take that fucking thing and just cut myself right there. But I didn't. Because
that's sad, because it's like he literally degraded himself to still keep this woman in his life, which obviously doesn't care about him. And for her to say, well, this is why we can't be friends anymore, even though that's not what he wants. He doesn't want to be friends, but he still, this is just crazy. It's just there's a lack of honest self-criticism for him. It's not, maybe he's unaware of it. Maybe he just needs someone that would truly listen to him, that has the experience of a professional, of course. I'm just a fucking guy on the internet, but a professional that could listen to him and point him in the right direction, where he needs to really focus his attention on in order to deal with the root cause and not the symptom. But yeah, man.
I don't know what it is. I don't know, whatever you believe in, whatever you believe in, whether it's if it was a guardian angel, the universe, the stars, whatever it was. But instead of cutting myself right here, I was going really quick. It was right about to fucking happen. But instead, I ended up cutting myself right here. Come on. God damn it. Zoom in, motherfucker.
And when you self-harm like this, self-harming is a way of coping with the anger that you have, because you, and don't believe what people say, that people tell you that anger is not good. Rage is not good, but anger is perfectly fine. They've done research on this, right? There's been research of people that were essayed as children. Those who were angry at the abuse that they had as children were less likely to inflict or abuse on others. And those who were not, who were numb or indifferent about it, or, hey man, let live, who am I to judge, bullshit like that, they were less likely to be continually abused or to essay someone else. So anger is very powerful if used in the right way, and also if you're not, because what happens a lot of times is that you're ashamed out of anger. You feel like, oh, if I'm angry, that's wrong, then I'm angry. No, you should. It's completely normal and fine to be angry at those that have done you wrong. But when you can't put the anger or blame in this case on the people who deserve it the most, or put it in a productive way to you, or using anger in a productive way, you'll turn to cope by just hurting yourself instead. It's just all a coping mechanism in order, and it only benefits those who abused you. Only benefits the abuser, and they want you to do that. Like, oh, don't focus on the bodies over here. Yes. You focus on yourself. They want you to self-attack. Because while you're self-attacking, you're not looking for the real cause of why it is that you behave the way you do, or why it is that you're making the decisions that you do on a daily basis.
I don't even know if you can see that, but there are 2 scars right there. And that is one of, I don't know if you can even see it, but trust me, it's there. Because every time, you know, I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, every time I see that, all it does is fucking remind me of the mistake I made, of me ever even telling her that I had feelings for her. And this is so fucking weird, because I didn't even think that this video would be about this, because all I was gonna do in this video was talk about how much, just talk about how upset I am that I can't get a girlfriend, and instead I end up talking about my failure with the only woman that I truly fell in love with.
He was not in love with her. No, stop it. You were not in love with her. Because if I were to ask you, I guarantee you, because I've done this a lot of time with men. When a guy tells me, "Oh man, I really like her," or "Oh man, I really loved her." Okay, tell me what virtues you loved about her. What was the virtues that made you fall in love with her? Right? It's all this nonsense. No, just say the truth. You liked her because she was pretty, right? She was pretty. She was attractive, or she was probably one of the only females that gave you attention. So you were trying to hold on and grasp and hold on to that, not to let it go. It's not love. No, stop it. No.
Because now, because I thought, if she doesn't give a fuck about me anymore, and that's true, that is the only time that's the last time I ever saw her. But then, she told me that boyfriend was the guy that she didn't, but then eventually I found out on Facebook that she has, she's no longer with that guy and she's with someone else. And then I tried, messaging her on Facebook and never got a fucking reply anymore.
Look, still, I want you to notice, because these are, I noticed, look at what he says, I noticed on Facebook that she broke up with him. What? Fuck you mean you notice? That means that you're still following her. You still haven't moved on. You haven't let go. You just finished speaking about this woman, right? That she hurt you, and you're still keeping tabs on her. You notice that she broke up with the guy she's with, and now you're reaching out to her. Oh my God! And then people really think that no, it's external reasons. My life is all fucked up because of things I can't control. Oh my God. All right.
On Facebook that she has, she's no longer with that guy and she's with someone else. And then I tried, messaging her on Facebook and never got a fucking reply anymore. Because I was the reason, because she said, because it put her relationship in danger. And now she's not even with that guy anymore. And yet, so she's not with him anymore. So I thought, when this was about a month ago, I thought, maybe I could try, getting in contact with her again, and nothing.
Maybe I thought I could try to get in contact with her. Yeah, man.
There's nothing. And I feel like such a fucking failure. Because I fucking love her. She knows I love her.
No, you don't. You don't love her. I guarantee you, if I were to ask you what virtues made you fall in love with her, you wouldn't. You think this is a virtuous woman that's gonna keep a guy that she said she knew that you liked her, and she was waiting when you were gonna come on to her. So she's dishonest. You're dishonest because since you're fucking dishonest, you're going to attract dishonest people because we are who we attract. Oh man, this is like, to me, it's just so obvious. People say things to me, and to me, some people may be oblivious to certain things, but I just see things. It's like, but it's so obvious, right? This is so obvious. Like, bro, you're dishonest. You can't be honest with yourself. So you attracted a dishonest woman. You're not a victim. You have to take a look in the mirror and say, yeah, man, look in the mirror and tap the person in the mirror and go like this. Yeah, you fucked up. You fucked up. Why? Because we can't be honest. We have to be honest. As of today, we have to cut this bitch assness. We have to be honest with ourselves.
And yet, it feels like there is no closure. Because I did text her one time on Facebook to tell her that I'm not homeless anymore. She said, oh, that's great. I'm happy for you. And I thought, okay, maybe then that would restart things up. But no, that is the last time I ever heard from her. And, if that girl does end up watching this video, I'm sorry, but you never got to hear my side of the goddamn story. You never got to hear how I felt. And
the crazy thing is that, because I'll see the comments and there's people that say, they'll sympathize with him. I mean, you could sympathize with the outcomes, but ultimately, all these are is he not deciding to continue try to get in contact with a woman that's dishonest, lied to him, rejected him, and he still, like, these are decisions that he's making. And the thing is that whatever we excuse in others, like guys that watch this video and say, yeah, bro, I get it, man. It's okay, right? Whatever you excuse in others, you allow in your own life. Whatever you excuse in others, you allow in your own fucking life. That's why I don't allow any bullshit in my life. I don't entertain it. Because I'm not going to allow that in my own life. I'm not going to give myself those excuses. And that's what we want. We want someone else to look at us and say, well, you know what? I'm not going to judge your bad decisions and your dysfunction harshly. And I hope that you do the same for me. No. You don't want people like that in your life. And you don't want to be that person that does that. Because that's what you're going to be surrounded with. Failures, losers, and liars. No one that can be honest with yourself. Everyone just lying, deceiving each other.
And I'm recording this video. I'm gonna put on fucking YouTube because I'm so fucking lonely. I've got two best friends in my life. But the thing with them is because I don't get to see them.
I really question the whole best friend thing. Well, what friend, if you're confining them and sharing information with them, is going to allow you to just make horrible decisions? I don't know. So your friends didn't tell you, hey, I'm noticing this about the girl, gave you some advice, or try to get you, hey, why don't you, why are you having so much difficulty with this? Let's try to get you some help. Let's figure this out.
Don't get to see them, whenever I want, Because how fucked up is it that I've got a best friend? I've got two best friends, Keanu and Mo. Love them both like they're my own brothers. And yet, why do I still feel so fucking lonely? It makes no goddamn sense. I think maybe it's because I don't have a fucking social life. I don't know.
It's interesting. So he has friends and he still feel. Why do I have two friends and I feel lonely? Maybe because you can't be fucking honest with them. Could it be that? Could it be that you haven't had a genuine, authentic connection with your two best friends, right? Your two best friends. Could it be because you haven't had a genuine, authentic, honest conversation with them? They haven't been honest with you and you haven't been honest with them? That they are allowing you to continue to make bad decisions without stepping in? Doesn't sound like a friend. Doesn't sound like a friend to me.
I don't know. And it's so fucked up because I hate that every single time I make a goddamn video, you're only seeing me when I'm fucking emotional or when I'm depressed. Because I'm not like this all the goddamn time, but it's like I told myself I can't concentrate on fucking YouTube because my life is such a fucking mess. I cannot spend time or energy doing that because my credit is so fucking bad. It's in the goddamn 400s, and that means I have to pay $1,000 a month for this fucking 2014 Chevy Cruze. It's not even worth anywhere near this much fucking money.
Whose fault is that your credit's fucked up? My question would be about the credit. Like whose fault is it? I mean, credit is a sign of bad decision making. I remember I had my credit after my first business failed. I think my credit was 548. And what did I do to rebuild it? I just watched a massive amount of videos on YouTube on how to build credit. What's the best way to build credit? And now my credit, the last time I ran, I got a new Chase credit card. I think the last time I ran it was 782, something like that. My credit was. I mean, if there's a will, right? If there's a will, there's a way. But all this is just decisions. It's poor decision making. So either it could be two things. Either you have a good support system and they're giving you advice, you're ignoring the advice, or you're making poor decisions and no one's telling you anything. There's no in between there, And then people make their choices, make their decisions, and then it's like they expect you to believe it's out there in the ether. Like, okay, I made these decisions, I made these choices, and they resulted in these outcomes. But I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know, man.
So I'm so preoccupied with doing all of this shit that I can't go back to my old life. Back where I used to live, because I live in such a tiny fucking house. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful to not be homeless anymore, but I just get so fucking sick of this. It's like I'm Squidward in that episode Squidville on SpongeBob, where, he moves to a town, everything's perfect, and then he gets sick of doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over again. I'm sick of doing the same shit over and over and over and over and over and over again. Because all I do is I drive for Uber for, all fucking, 8 or 10 hours minimum, 200 miles minimum every single goddamn day. Then I pick up my aunt,
And haven't you ever been, at work? And you go to you guys are having lunch, and all your co-workers will sit there having lunch, just complaining. It's just complaints, complaining about the boss, complaining about not getting paid enough, complaining about the commute, complaining about the food that they order. Everything is a complaint. And then you get sucked into that complaining as well. Nothing productive. It's just a circle joke. Everybody jerking themselves off, complaining. I can't be around fucking people like that. I remember I was, and that shit will kill you to be surrounded with people like that, because that thing is extremely contagious. It just rubs off on you. If this person's like that, I'm going to just make an assumption that his friends are also complainers and very similar to him. So they're not going to point out any inconsistencies, because they don't see any inconsistencies because how they live their life. Hey man, shit, you know, they connect through the pain, through the complaining. Hey, yeah, man, hey, this shit sucks, right? Oh man, you know.
Because of all the bullshit that happened in my life that made me homeless, that was out of my goddamn control. And I think that's the whole root cause of it, is fucking major depressive disorder. And these thoughts, they keep running in my head over and over and over and over and over again. And I can't do anything about it because I got fucking no one to, you know, I've got Mo to talk to. But that's the thing, is that sometimes, like, right when it's stuck here, it's stuck in my brain. I mean, in between passengers, I just have to press the go offline button on Uber and start recording all my thoughts here to this camera, to this audience, because it makes me feel like I'm gonna fucking explode if I don't get all this shit that's stuck in here. And I just let it all out into a fucking camera. And, you know, and I'm fucking sorry if this video depresses the shit out of you, but hey, welcome to my fucking world.
So the video is almost about to end. It's 25 minutes in. I'm not really interested in watching the rest of it. I don't think I watched enough. But throughout the whole video, I mean, I doubt that, and within the last, 3 minutes left of the video, that there's going to be any sense of accountability. And say, well, you know, I'm making these choices, I'm making the decisions. Like, there's no sense of curiosity. There was no curiosity in the entire video as to why I ended up here. Why am I choosing to, why am I attracted to and attracting these kind of women? Why am I choosing to make these decisions? There's no curiosity. It's just, everything's just happening to me. Things just happen to me. I don't make things happen. Things happen to me. And this is a lot of people, you know, there's a lot of people, and people will send me this video or people will share videos like this because they want you to feel sorry. Like, hey, yeah, man, look at the fucking system, bro. It's the system, bro. It's the Matrix. Well, first off, the Matrix was written by two transsexuals. That's the first thing you need to remember, right? That's the Matrix for you. So I don't know, man. It's just instead of focusing so much on the system and external forces that you have absolutely no control over, focus on yourself. This person has absolutely no control of himself. No understand, no self-knowledge of himself. So everything is external. Everything is out there in the ether. Nothing falls on him. Because again, things just happen to him. He's just the victim. So with that, I'm going to bring the video to an end. If you guys enjoyed the video, you already know what to do. And I don't know, but I'm thinking about doing more like call-in shows. Like if people are interested in doing call-in shows, if you want to talk, of course, we could keep everything anonymous. You don't have to share your name, where you live, and just be intimate and share things. And I think videos like that is more interesting. Well, at least to me, I find videos like that more interesting than hey man, this is the Matrix or whatever other nonsense there is out there, right? I just think those videos are more interesting. So if you guys are interested in that and interested in doing a call-in, I'm going to leave my email in the description. So if you guys are interested in that, you'll be more than welcome to shoot me an email with the subject and also the subject and also the discuss. Just give me a brief summary of what it is that you want to talk about, what issues you're going through, and that's it. All right, guys. And with that, I'm bringing the video to an end. Later, alligator. Peace.